Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 36th session of the New Divines Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We have Eric as Stan, Bob as the Old Man, David as Terry, Ryan as Billy, and Austin as Rolfur, and me as the Game Master. It's labeled. You figured it out. Last time, y'all met with the Jade Empress, Sora, who seemed pretty much to just want to avoid any sort of confrontation, just trying to kind of continue her growth, and seemed pretty amicable to work alongside you. A little flirtatious with Terry, who she thinks she's like half of now or something. But, you know, other than that, normal conversation. Terry then went and met with his brother, who was okay with him still being alive. And the old man tormented the kitchen of his brother, of Terry's brother, and then of the Bundo family as well, he tormented the garden of.
And the entire house.
Yes! Oh, yeah, you did all that too. Oh. Yeah. Stan, Rolfur, and Terry left town to go towards the graveyard in the valley. So Rolfur could check records. Billy left town to go to the great city and the wizard tower thereby.
Yeah.
And as we ended our evening with Rolfur raking records, or copying records, you said you wanted to do one thing before the end of the night?
Yes, I want to, because it is, how late is it actually, before I make that choice?
Let's say you'd guess about 1:30 in the morning?
Oh, so, like, super late.
Yeah.
Okay, then no, I'll wait.
Okay.
You just want to pull an all-nighter? I can hit you with Greater Restoration.
I have greater restoration.
For just this very reason.
I will.
I don't need you, you've been obsoleted.
How dare you?
Amen.
You know what? Invisible. I'll read this. I have it at will now.
Are you happy?
Just a stopping
you
clang,
pause?
clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, David, when are you going to be done with those boots that you mentioned before? Are we doing playing invisibly?
Yeah, right. No, I haven't mentioned them in game. Terry could be working on them right now, but he is sleeping because he doesn't want to bother anybody right now. You could go outside to the little mud hut that he made, and via like 20 minutes of fabricate, and be like, you don't need to sleep. Make me boots, cobbler. But you know, I haven't heard you say anything like that.
You're sleeping. I'll wait till the morning, I guess.
Right.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you could like prevent sleep or something. My bad.
I can, but you're already asleep. I'm not going to disturb you. I'm not going to wake you for that.
I mean, sleep is still an enjoyable experience. Have you ever tried
like, you're enjoying
Have
it.
you ever tried sleep? Oh,
It's terrible.
it's the best. Oh, man.
It's like, sleep, I'm a big fan.
Me too.
I don't want to do it, so I just wandered to the city invisibly and give money to people.
So you leave, you take your hour walk back up the trail to the city.
You're in a graveyard. There's no city right here.
Yeah. You went an hour
once we
away
get
to the
back, that's what I was
graveyard in the
wondering,
valley
he's
below the
sleeping.
city. So, you walked
People
away
are
with...
sleeping.
Yeah.
Where's David, or where's Terry sleeping?
He made a little mud hut outside of the small building that houses the Record of Tombs.
Well,
It is-
before you made this mud hut to go to bed, I would have asked you then.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. If you don't have anything else you're doing, I wouldn't mind that at all. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
So what
He's
does that
staying
mean
up
that
too.
you're doing out there, Terry, for your night?
Rather than making a mud hut, is there like trees or like what kind of terrain is out here?
Yeah, it's sort of like a bit of a forested trail down that you walk through the forest to this open area where the actual graveyard is.
Is it the kind of place that would miss? Would they miss a few trees?
I don't know if you go a little further in, not directly off the path, though.
Right. Yeah. You want some Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and ask.
How do you take down the trees?
Well, first of all, Stan, you've got your afterlife started, right?
Yeah.
You want some furniture and stuff in there?
Yeah, go ahead and furnish it if you want.
Yeah, help me cut down some trees.
All right.
So
And,
let's see. He's
with
got
mace.
blasty bits. I
Yeah,
have.
check this out.
I mean, I could summon an axe.
I
So
mean,
you muck about to get down the trees. So Rolfur,
Yeah.
you notice that the caretaker,
Yes.
more than once in his room, kind of gets up and looks out into the main room where you're working, and goes back to bed multiple times as they make all their ruckus clearing trees and.
I don't think I have silence spell. I was like, nah, man, he's just gonna have to suffer through that. I can't fix it.
To be fair, silence would also keep him awake. Because he sleeps beside that graveyard.
Oh yeah, he needs the
Yeah,
chimes.
yeah.
He's trying
It's
to
like
freak
it's
out.
like
What
it's
happened?
disruptions to sound, but he is in a relatively loud area. It's just this rhythmic, this like wind that goes through the valley and rustles the chimes and goes through like little wind flutes and.
Well, shoot, if he's awake, I'll go ahead and do it while they're busy then. I'm gonna try and convince him to become a cleric.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna try to convince him to.
Your I'll do it later is the I'm gonna talk to that guy.
Yeah,
He had literally told you to feel free to wake him up as well.
yeah, but he was
Does he need
sleeping.
a great restoration?
I make 18.
Yeah, with that, yeah. As you convince him, he keeps answering back of how he's pretty sure that's already what he is.
I do that already.
That's what I've dedicated on.
Is he already a cleric?
No, but he's basically doing all the work that a cleric under you would do.
Yes,
Nice.
that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to convince him to make that official, because my goodness, this is a lot of work. I'd love to have somebody here to help me out.
Alright,
Nice.
Rolfur, gain one extra follower.
Good job, man. I mean, I give him the whole thing about what the trouble is with the afterlife in a mess and how we're trying to fix it, and it's a huge backlog, especially when we've got a nice, lovely, organized roles like this. We can actually make some real progress.
Somebody say, is there any way to go there and talk to them?
To go there?
And you're saying that you're bringing them forth one at a time.
Yes.
Are there any?
Oh, for him to bring people back?
No, just as far as something you could do. Like, is that like a plane you could traverse to?
Didn't we establish the answer was no?
Oh no, Terry's been there multiple times.
Well, I mean, besides killing ourselves. Because
Uh,
didn't somebody try plane work shift and it didn't work?
I don't think we had access to that at that time. And we would need a bit of metal of the plane of Suffering River, so no.
Okay, so one thing we can try is that we don't have a way to get there. Well then, yes. Unfortunately, at this point, no. I have not figured out a way to make this easier. I just spend every free moment doing going through the list. If he actually is a cleric of mine, he now has access to speak with dead, so he can do it if he has a corpse, and make sure that somebody converted over so they don't end up in the bad afterlife. They don't have to worship me. The Jade Empress is apparently a big deal around here. Go for that.
It's Emperor.
But they have to worship. But they have to worship someone.
Yeah.
It is our sacred duty to ensure these people do not languish forgotten in that river.
He will correct you that it's the Jade Emperor, of course.
Ah, apologies.
Long past. But he's an
Yes.
hour out of town, and he's alone. No one's come down in the last few days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I let them know. Is that, we got some new guys. We're trying to fix up things. Have a pamphlet. We're trying to pick up the pieces of the old gods so that we can set things to rights.
It seems very modern concept to make gods of men. But I suppose, given the situation, why not?
Yeah, well, it's big shoes to fill, but we'll try.
Why not? Otherwise, we'll start our next morning with Billy in your extra-dimensional hotel room in the Wizard's Tower. Big, soft, down feather bed. The sun just shining in through your picturesque balcony.
Wunderbar. Well,
That overlooks a landscape that is far too fantastical to be anywhere in this area.
what does the landscape look like?
From your, extra-dimensional space?
Yes.
It's kind of as if from a high tower down overlooking a little pleasant stream that kind of does sort of like a almost like painterly kind of wind as it goes out towards a bay, and some, you can sort of see birds flying across in the distance. It's otherwise just lush green rolling hills and a vast sea beyond.
Alright. I take note of that. And I go ahead and exit and go into the common area of the tower proper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a double and check around both for somebody who would either be able to give me a bit more teleport circle material components, or would be able to give me more information about the material mine that's just a little ways out of town.
Luck check.
Okay. So that gives me 15.
You don't find anyone that has more components that's willing to part with them. You find a few people that maybe have enough for a single casting, but they're like, I could need this. I go places. I may need to get back. Unsafe. I would feel unsafe not having mine.
Right. I
So,
understand.
It's easy enough to find some basic information. In general, a lot of the materials mined end up continuing on the road away from here, so some of them have had to go there, but usually they have to do the effort for those chalks, they'd have to grind things up themselves, but they get the essential gems that go into making the chalk from it, because they use the modern mining operations to hit it. If you're looking to buy stuff directly off of them, just ask around for a foreman.
Okay.
Otherwise, it all keeps going down the road away from here.
So they give me an idea where the places are located.
It's basically this road that you took. Keep following it. The road that you took out of town that you stopped here. Keep going.
Okay.
It's a pretty well done road, because it's the road for which any of the land based travel then goes out with to take things on. So.
All right. Well, I thank everybody and say I'll see you after a while. And I'm going to go ahead and head out into the great city, and I'm going to attempt to locate the major shipping business.
There's a few. But easy enough.
Oh, there's a couple?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Then I will go and try to speak with those people.
Okay. You find one that has what are you looking for them for? I guess I should know.
I'm trying to see what can be done as far as establishing this as like whatever, the trade nexus, basically. Because I want to be able to connect this place up in order to ship things out faster.
You find just one of the ones with a dock house. It's not really doing anything. They're not currently having a ship in port for any of the efforts with some time to talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go and talk with them.
We do plenty of shipping through. That's the main thing we do. What are you needing moved?
Well, personally, I wanted to establish up this business so that I could be able to have. I'm looking to get a shipping company that'll be able to move what I need at any given time, and just specialize in actually moving stuff. But as far as what I would be looking to get moved, like up and coming, is novels and candy.
Well, sure. I mean, we certainly have some that come through here. You can absolutely handle more capacity if the business is there, of course. The coin comes in. Have a number of warehouses to house things until ships are in. And ships are easy enough to get in when the work is here to do.
And it's like, would anybody on your staff be proficient enough with magic in order to be able to use teleportation?
No, we tend to move things the manual way.
Right. I wonder where I could, well, a lot of the magical talent's going to be kind of stuck up in the wizard's tower.
As it ought to be.
Because it's like, I would need to be able to have somebody who could actually activate stuff in order to be able to transport it over distances instantaneously. It's just like, so, I don't know. Is there anybody that the shipping businesses have employed that would be able to do something like that?
When generally most of the magical techniques, and assuming that they don't spoil whatever is being moved, of course. Things have happened. But most of that, I mean, you can get like arcane workers for couriers if you have something small and simple to move, but most of what we do is large, cartloads, large shipments, things that are beyond just what like a mage can move on their person.
Yeah, and say that's what I was wondering about, is getting stuff moved magically in large quantities.
Well, no offense, but I wish you terrible luck on that.
Yeah. Well.
But if you decide you want to do it the old-fashioned way, feel free to stop by.
Yeah. Okay. And it's like, maybe the Wizard's Tower would be the better place for me to start looking to see if any of them would be interested. I mean, I'm sure that that they've got stuff doing as far as their wizard experiments, but maybe some of them would want to set up a side business for super expedited package moving type stuff. I don't know. I'll have to go and talk to them. And so, if that's the case, then I don't think that kind of traditional shipping is mostly what the great city has got going on. I don't think they'd be doing what would be up my alley as far as what I'd be interested in.
I mean, it is how you know, the chocolate factory has moved all of their merchandise so far is still through those channels.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm looking to get something that I can build up so we can have a teleportation network.
of course, you are. You're being played by Ryan.
Mm-hmm. It's like I want a teleportation network. I think that would be able to move my stuff around really quickly. But anyway, so we've got. I guess I'll go and check out the mine. I'll summon up my Pegasus and then go and fly off.
With the Pegasus, do you go notably faster?
Yeah, than just Billy's movement speed.
Yeah, like how much?
It's 90 feet. It's the base speed of the Pegasus.
Okay, so a little faster. Okay, so you head off. And we'll go to. So I guess Stan, you ended up staying with Terry because he was working with you. So we'll go to you three. As Rolfur's in the temple, and the pair of you were out building stuff through the night.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, the building wouldn't take that long. Really, the hard part is getting some trees down, and then it just takes 10 minutes to fabricate. And I mean, that's probably going to be like maybe an hour, 2 hours with the fabricates to get his and my afterlives fully furnished with like wooden beds, wooden dressers, just all these like niceties.
I love that turn of phrase. Just to get our afterlives fully furnished.
Yep.
And just to make things a little bit more eerie, just because we're outside a graveyard, I pat David on the back and we're both invisible.
Okay.
You can cast a spell and it will go away. Don't worry.
Well, anyway,
The
so we
trees
get
are getting cut down invisible, though. By invisible things, they're just cutting down trees.
well we get
At one point, the caretaker looked outside at you guys.
So we get some nice things set up for them, for the afterlives. Then I'll go ahead and put together, since he seems to be so keen on walking around invisibly, I'll throw together some boots to help dampen his sound.
Thank you.
We've got boots of elven kind.
I don't know
Which
what
are-
Stan the Healing Man is over.
But
I want to be invisible and bait people when they're hurting me, so that I can hurt them and then heal them.
Help security.
well, either way, boots of elven kind are a uncommon magical item. So it takes 6 points out of my thing. So I go ahead and make one of those for him with the creation spell. And
Just
my-
one or a pair?
A pair.
You get one boot.
So that's that, and I can technically make another uncommon. I think that there was something that someone wanted. Cloak of the Manta Ray, that's what it is. Then I also spend another 6 points to make my thing empty. Got 2 points left in it, and I've got Cloak of the Manta Ray, which is also uncommon. That I'll come in and give to Rolfur. Because Rolfur was wanting, for some reason, like a...
Manta ray, what?
Yeah, you were wanting a ring of water breathing or a hat of water breathing or something?
No, I mentioned that out of game, that those are just some of the useful items that don't require attunements.
Oh, I thought you wanted that.
No.
And Cloak of the Manta Ray is like basically that. Well, I won't waste that on that if you're not really wanting it.
Yes, Cloak of the Manta Ray is just the cap of water breathing and the ring of swimming in one item.
Which is why I was going to make that for you, because I thought that's what you wanted. Let's see. Bob's not there, so I can't do that. Rings of Spell Storing are way too big to just kind of pump out. So I'll go ahead and
I
make
will also
myself.
ask, do you? Because I feel like I remember back when you were messing with LA that she had the stuff to provide for you to make stuff, the magic items with. Did you get something since then that lets you get your own materials?
I have to use the use of the creation spell.
Okay, okay,
So
that's
it's
I'm
every
just
time
I'm
doing
just
it,
checking. I
it's
was like, where do you get
Yep.
this stuff to make it from?
Yep, I have to use the creation spell
Okay.
to do it. But in that case, I will go ahead and make myself a sentinel shield. So, and that will be all of my points, including the points that I get in the morning for my apron. So that's going to be empty for a while. But now we have a lot of furnishing, extra furniture for our thing. I'm going to go ahead and get like any sets of tools that I can make out of wood. I'll go ahead and get the materials to while I'm out here to make those as well, and I'll just forge those through the forge domain abilities when I have time, and keep those in my afterlife. Yeah, no, my wife's in my my dead wife is in my afterlife. She has to have a nice bed, that nice like a dresser, a place to sit, something to write on, nice stuff. Also paper. Like I totally fabricate paper from Reed or something.
I mean, it's proper trees, so it's our trees.
So that's what I spend my whole night doing. But one of the first things is getting those boots for Stan, so that he can go around and be a creep. Silent, invisible, fully armored creep.
Ready to heal.
Just randomly giving people money and food, yeah.
Yep.
What do I owe you?
Yeah.
So what do you all do in the morning?
Telepathy.
Um,
Hi guys.
yeah.
How's everybody doing?
I mean, I kind of get a feeling because you work on stuff through the night. You're all still generally right. Like you three are all right around that graveyard still.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll telepathy be like, how's
Rolfur's
everybody doing?
Still writing stuff down.
Unless there's somebody I can pick up out here that you wouldn't mind me picking up or want me to. I'm gonna look for my followers and grab them, but that's their call.
I'm gonna go home this morning, so I don't know if anybody wants to go with me or not, but that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, I'll head back if I don't have any followers in the area. They're in the dirt.
Because you didn't have anyone specifically from here before, so.
Does Stan want to work with Rolfur, bringing souls up and be like, hey, you want to revive? You want to live again?
I mean,
Wanna
I'm
go
down for that teamwork. You down for that, Austin?
Do you need some portion of a body, or are you past that point of the
I mean, we got the yard out there, and I have spells of raise dead, or we can get a shovel. I'm not 100% on the resurrection rules you want to play with, but assumably...
No, if you want to go resurrecting people, you do that. I'm busy.
Are you talking to a ghost, or just getting, like, making a list?
I'm summoning up. I'm going to try to average, like, 2 rounds of conversation per soul.
Okay,
What?
can you slide in? Do you want to get rezzed?
I'm sorry, you just gave me access to, like, a city's list worth of the dead.
Yeah. So,
Take
Take it next show and be like, by the way, the gods are real again. These are the gods you get to choose from. Worship one, get out the river, suck. Next.
Okay, so all I'm hearing then is, like, when the morning comes around, like, we're talking, like, before the sun even comes up, Stan walks in, sees this going on, and then starts butting in every 10 seconds. Do you want to rest now?
Doesn't matter. That is not something I'm entertaining. I'm trying to push through this list.
Yeah, no, you have your cleric alongside, helping line things up with...
And yes, Stan needs corpses.
Yeah.
So you,
Yeah,
so you said 2 rounds of conversation per soul, so is what you mean is you're trying to do 2 souls per minute? Or 2 rounds like 12 seconds?
I figure if I can spew enough information, I don't need their answer. They can think about it while back in the river.
You're old-fashioning
It would probably
It's
take
like
you about
the
30
plus
seconds
calls.
to do the spiel.
He's doing the
Just
people
because
on
if you're going to give the list of the names and what they are over,
Yeah.
just sort of, you know.
Yeah, let's do that. Then
Yeah,
let's
about
go for
30
2 a minute.
Yeah.
Then let's go for 2 a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
But otherwise, and you have your cleric who... Wait, do you have unlimited, or are you limited on your ability to... the thing where you don't get tired?
That's 5th level spell. I've got 2 slots of that.
Okay. Because otherwise, you have someone that will help with always lining up which one you're on next if you can keep him from having to sleep.
Oh, then yeah, me and him, man, we're gonna power through this.
Yeah.
Let's solve this. Like, let's just take like a week out of my time and just do this.
Oh wow. Okay.
However many dead are in this freaking graveyard.
Basically going back until by date, because they're by date. Oh, this is the point where they stop showing up. This is where they're back with the god. And...
And just, yep, just... Hope you all are welcome. You're all welcome.
Once I find out what you're doing, things
so
are going to
a little
happen.
shy of
His dad's might
3,000
not
per
will.
day.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man, this is great. We'll just go nuts.
No, he found a culture that organized their dead.
Yeah, this makes it easy. I don't have to just do this in my passive time, and I've got a huge backlog. This is a great way to boost everyone's power.
Is in your phrasing of this, is it Sora over nature, or is it Jade Empress over nature, or Sora the Jade Empress?
I call her Sora, the goddess of nature.
Okay. Because that greatly changes the skew for this culture and how...
Absolutely, and that's on purpose.
Yep.
These are the dead. I'm not spreading this news in the public, so I'm technically still following the group's belief of letting her lie.
And you gather from your cleric here, word of the Jade Empress hasn't traveled this far. This is beyond
exactly.
the reach where she's already influenced, and that was what she
It's
said.
fine. It's fine.
Yep.
It's all good. We're doing good work here. Getting these people out of the river.
Yeah.
Get them moseying onto their relevant domains.
So
Then,
yeah,
I
you're
go check
doing
the
that.
graves of everyone in the past 10 days.
Yeah. Feels good to do my purpose.
So, Terry, are you off on your own, or is Stan going with you to your...
No, Stan's off on his own unless he wants to come. Terry does telepathically let people know that he is going to go and visit his daughter. So if people want to come with him, you're welcome. But otherwise, that's what he's doing this morning.
Yeah, I'll stay with you. I'm invisible still.
Oh my gosh. Do I even know you're there?
You could probably hear him.
No,
No,
he has those
the boots-
boots.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's still wandering around in full plate.
Yeah, it makes your steps make no noise. You're still clanking around in solid metal armor.
Mm-hmm. The light, little clinkling. You hear me coming.
Like, a big part of the metal armor sound is the steps.
Yeah, because
So I
you're
guess-
stomping around. You don't. The whole point of boots of a kind is you don't disrupt the ground. You don't step on twigs. You don't crunch leaves. You don't shift the sand in a way that makes noise. Your steps are silent. You can walk on snow and make no noise.
So what I'm hearing then
But
is
if you're
that
if you're covered in plastic bags, you still crinkle.
Yeah. So you still hear like the
he sounds like a walking wind chime.
Yeah, you still hear the shifting and the chiming of the metal. You just literally don't hear them clanking against the
it's no
ground.
quake. That part's gone.
Yeah. It's like they're the boots of Elwood. They don't
This
make
is
you
so
silent.
noise
They make your
when I'm here.
footsteps silent.
It still gives him advantage on the stealth checks, which with heavy armor evens out to just stealth.
Yes. Which is fair.
That's not right. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to assume that Terry knows that the invisible Stan is following him. Then
Yeah, you can send me an IM through Brain Link. Like, still here? Yeah, I'm right behind you.
I guess we check in just to make sure that it's like that. That sounds you, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, but yeah, okay.
We could
And
just ask me
then,
to turn it off, and I would. That would happen too.
but like while we're walking, I do want to check in with
Are
everybody.
you
see if
going to
everybody
your
else is up
daughter, or are you walking somewhere? Because your daughter is in your old home, which is in Barleywold.
Yeah, I was planning on going to her. Let's see. I'm having some trouble. Sorry.
But are we passing any poor people?
Right now, you're not passing any people.
Okay.
Okay. Here is that. All right. So, who is in this city then? Brenton.
Hmm.
Or is it just his immediate family?
Yeah, in the city you're currently at, in
Okay.
the capital, is like the main family. It's like the leadership of the family, of which your brother lives among,
Yeah.
because he works for
Yes.
him. And
So I don't think I'm going to go and visit any of my other siblings.
Mhm.
I because I don't think that's going to help our family situation.
No.
He wants to see his daughter because it's his. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she's out of the city,
Yeah.
then I just burned a lot of points. I don't have any points to make new magic items. So I'm trying to think of what I can do through the day. What are you guys doing throughout the day?
Okay. So you don't have teleport?
I mean, I could cast teleport, yeah, but I want to double check with everybody else before I start spending like actual resources.
Okay. So before you do that, obviously you're besides Stan, Rolfur is clearly busy. Billy is heading there. Old man, what do you
Yeah.
do? You
I go in disguise, witness the chaos I have caused
where? You've caused
At-
chaos multiple places.
at the Cinnamon House, the
Window
Bundos.
house? Disguised as
Bird?
okay.
Just taking it in.
You're able to get very little of the initial issues, but you notice lots of people as they leave about are in a huff.
Mainly waiting for someone to notice the rock. I'm hoping I
It's-
frustrate
okay.
someone who needed to go relax, stare at the rocks, and the rock's gone.
It takes long enough for that to happen that you hear from Terry asking what's going on before we get to it.
I inform Terry that I am in disguise, watching people panic.
Do I want to know?
I guess I have to ask: is this group or direct?
It's always direct. I never group unless I specifically say group.
None of you ever group unless you say group.
So
Because
yeah,
the way the connection works, it by default is direct.
so do I want? It's like, do I want to know?
Yes. Go ahead. Ask.
What did you do?
Oh! And then I go through the whole list of everything I did to the Bundo house, ending with, and then I stole their boulder.
So starting with, I stole their lantern oil.
Yeah. I disconnected the bell, so...
Nobody has noticed the bell.
Yeah, and they
hold
probably won't. They'll just be like, I didn't get any message. We
Yeah.
got no visitors today.
Yep.
There is going to stop you if you start by saying, "So I went to the Bundo house."
Okay. I'm going to start with, well, I got some lamp oil, I disconnected a bell, and just list the activities, then I go, so that's what I did at the Bundo house. I end with the location. I have a little boulder, the big one I moved.
Did you do this to other families?
There's a small merchant family that seems like they're trying to catch up and raise to the ranks, so I thought a big boulder would help them. So I replaced their little one with a big one.
You just messed with this merchant and the Bundo family?
I mean, yeah, after I left you, that's all I did.
Oh boy.
What do you use saffron for?
Don't have. I need to go and do damage control.
What did you damage?
If you just mess with the Bundo house, then, I mean, I don't know what kind of rivalry has remained after my demise.
A lot of the rivalry
Well-
you had was a personal between you and Cinnamon. So,
Like,
I have oil.
you know what? What are you doing today?
So far, just watching chaos.
Group direct message. So the old man has sabotaged my old rival's house, and seems to have no babysitter today. In case that someone needs that.
he's in a city no one else is in right now.
Yep.
For the record, I framed everyone else in the Bundo house for most of the activities except for the rock and the oil. Oh, and the peeing in the vase.
You what?
And now you find out the story about how that's probably someone's departed pet.
You see, this is what we call not trickery, but cruelty.
I had to pee. It was the vase or the corner of the room. I thought I was being nice.
The corner of the room would have been infinitely better.
Well, now I know that.
Oh, I hope you make this right. Okay, well, I'm gonna put that behind me until it hits the fan. Does anybody want to... I'm going to go to another town, to visit... To go and visit with my daughter.
Oh,
Does
wait,
anybody-
they just noticed the boulder's missing. They just noticed the boulder's missing. You should see this old guy's face.
Does anybody want to come with, or is everybody got plans? And if you have plans, for how long?
The guy that noticed is then storming back into the house.
I totally transmit the look on the guy's face through the telepathic power.
I am over in the great city investigating delivery.
Oh, wow.
And,
The party now knows you're gone.
yeah, delivery and something to do with a material mine.
Do you... I mean, I need to use teleport to get to the city where my daughter is. Otherwise, I would offer to assist you or send someone to you, but if they want it.
I can get back.
Okay. Stan?
I'll roll with you with the home.
Or do you want to go to, I mean, you're welcome to come with, or did you want to go with,
I'll just go wander the town. No big deal.
Okay.
Go see your family.
Alright.
Give us a call if you need anything.
So, Stan,
No, it's,
are you
what-
wandering the town you're currently near, the capital,
he's
or are you going with him and wandering the small village?
going to come with me to the village. That's what
Yeah,
he's
I'll
saying.
go to the small village with
Okay.
him and wait outside the house, wander the town while he's in there with the daughter.
So you're going out to do that. You're traveling for there. You're just doing soul work.
Oh, that's a good point. Do we know that that's what you're doing? Did you say what you're doing?
Yes. I mentioned it that now that I have access to an entire list of the dead, I'm just going to stay here with this new cleric and of mine and go through them.
New cleric? List of the dead?
Yep.
Could you clarify?
Clarify what?
You know there's
You
no list of
list
the dead.
I'm double checking that's what he means, because that's a huge list.
Yeah, we found the starting point of when the gods left, and we're just working our way forward.
That's gonna take you weeks.
I'm making a pretty good progress. I'm going at a pretty fast clip, but yeah, it should be a couple thousand a day, 1,000 a day.
There is also another key point here. When listing names, is it Terry God of the Forge, or Terry Misu, God of the Forge? Or do you differentiate it based on the family that you're bringing up?
I
You
suppose
listed
I would.
pamphlet.
I wouldn't. I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to make sure people pick according to their wishes rather than according to cultural
Favoritism.
obligation. So I wouldn't mention it unless it's somebody from his family.
Okay. Well, there's two of the books are the Misu family. So on those books, you add the surname.
Yes.
Okay.
I will mention it there, just out of deference because it is family, and they can always change.
Okay. Well, in that case,
But yeah, otherwise I'm probably gonna, unless you guys get something important, I figure I'll stick up here until this is done.
I'm going to then, before leaving and teleporting out, go back to his place, and go ahead and use creation for foodstuffs in order to make basically a smorgasbord of like foodstuffs that should like fruits and breads and things for him and his cleric, so that they have good rations for the ridiculous things that they're doing.
Very kind. Very kind. You also get the immediate idea that there is plenty of people that would come down and they would leave things on graves, which are therefore the tender of the graves is who actually consumes them.
I'm going to also leave 2 of my angels with them. So to
Do you
basically
also
wait
leave
on.
your cart of dragon stuff?
Yeah, I'll leave the card of dragon stuff there too. And I'll leave.
I like
I'll
the
leave
idea of this giant dragon skull sitting outside of the graveyard. Oh, what prestige
That's
brings
good.
this here?
Yep. So I'll have the two angels that are basically just going to be there to wait on them hand and foot. So that they don't have to stop what they're doing. Leave them with. I'll spend a 5th level spell to leave them with food from creation. And then I will teleport Stan, myself, and an angel over to Barleyton.
Barleywold.
Barleywold.
Right, so you go there. So after a person, so you just continue to watch the house, old man.
Yeah. For a while. Just enjoy the chaos I have wrought.
Okay, because at this point they've seen the boulder. He's went into the house. People continue just leaving in a bad mood as they go about towards out into the city for whatever they do during the day. But over a couple hours, like many of the people leave the house. It does seem to have them all going about in bad moods, but
How
long?
I guess
How long do you wait there before going and doing something else?
noon.
Okay. What do you do at that point?
I fly off and go probably just get some food.
Okay.
Just wander around and eat. I don't really do much.
Okay.
Kind of wander around, take in the sights. Do whatever little chaos and mischief I can along the way.
Do you check up on your other side of chaos?
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything else.
Either Misu's family, the kitchens, or your merchant.
Oh, merchants! Totally forgot about them. I will check on the merchants too.
You find a number of hustle, and you find 2 people's heads on pikes outside of the shop by noon.
I go into the shop.
Is
it a house or a shop?
It is a shop with sort of like a warehouse sort of lifted above it. And one of the people who you'd seen leaving the Bunda house earlier says, "Out of business."
That's no way to get ahead. Oh, I guess they'll never be the head of a major corporation.
No.
I guess I should head out?
Unless you'd like to join them.
I mean, you can always try. He rolls at disadvantage.
Turning his 10 into a 3. He kind of turns towards you. Walks towards you to put his hand onto your shoulder, drawing sword from pouch and swinging towards your neck.
I duck down, move away. Sanctuary. He now has to make a DC 22?
Wow.
I'm guessing that 12 misses.
Does he get a second attack before I get my Sanctuary off?
No, that was his attack for...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then yes, you do duck down.
DC 21 Wisdom save on Sanctuary.
Bad, but I bet he still doesn't make it. That book's too low for me to drag out, so I'm going to say, yeah, he doesn't get that much of a bonus.
Oh, that's silence. Wrong spell. Here it is. Yep, Wisdom save. I was just making sure I gave you the right number. Right
Okay.
one.
Do you want to muck about further, or are you going to change your ways and leave?
Muck about further. Go for it, bitch. Just.
How long do you let him do it?
I let him try to swing at me for like a solid minute.
Okay.
He's just
Well, at
like,
18 seconds, he rolls his natural 20 on his wisdom save.
And then he gets a disadvantage to try and hit me.
$16 hit.
Nope, AC is 19. I just like, you've assaulted me twice now. It's rude. It's kind of piggish. Polymorph. Into a pig.
I guessed. Yeah, what's the same wisdom?
Yeah, DC 21.
Yeah, no. He's a pig. Although, he then rolls a natural 20 on his wisdom save to attack you again. That's another natural 20. So, hold on, the pig is attacking you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just really hopeful that pig manages to do better than he did as a person.
Well, he's still at disadvantage.
But he might have.
Come on, Adam, crit again. You can do this.
Piggy do or die.
He'd have to double
Let's go to the instant replay. Try again.
So, he rolled. First dice was an 18 plus 3. Second was a 7, so.
I pick the pig up and take him to a butcher.
Okay.
And I say, hey, can you butcher this for me? Here's 10 platinum. I'll be right back. And I turn around and leave.
Okay. Do they transform back if they die?
Yeah,
Yep.
if they lose all their
With
HP.
damage carrying over. So he's just going to be really embarrassed.
Yeah, so he's just hurt. Okay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
You know what it is?
Publicly embarrassing.
It's a dead butcher.
Look at you, killing more innocents.
Just gonna stand outside as he comes out, kills a butcher.
He just walks outside and walks away.
Like, where are you going, pig boy?
Continues to walk.
Oh, I just sit there and shout behind him about how this Bundo is an absolute pig. What utter filth. Look what he has done, run around murdering people because of his own fuck-ups.
You get a lot of bad looks.
That's fine.
Just from the normal common folk. They
I just
look
turn into
What
someone
form are
upset
you
with
in?
you.
someone different.
I'm just assuming it's like it's like this
Is
like
this one of the guys that I definitely know that he moved I moved stuff into his room?
Yeah.
Steals from his own family. He stole. just absolutely being super obnoxious about it. I'm
You
gonna
say
persuasion
that, and he
check.
stops.
Just
and
mass
he
persuasion
turns
checks
at
on
you.
everyone.
He starts just. He leans over and whispers to a couple of people. And kind of walks over to some other. He's just leaning in like not breaking eye contact with you.
Continuing persuasion checks on people about the dishonor and disreputability of the family. I heard he peed in a potted plant in the pet's urn once too.
Remember, persuasion isn't mind control.
Yeah.
Also, these are totally bluffs.
Yeah.
That's true. They're also deceptions.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to change his results much.
Well, the old man disappeared.
Yep. And with his disappearance,
I died so fast. Okay, persuasion is a what? Sorry.
it would be a bluff. It would be deception.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20. I don't know if it's disadvantaged in this area because I'm going against cultural norms or what. It would be.
There are so many cultural norms.
Okay, I got a 17 on the second one.
For a total of.
So that's 35.
He's actually comparing to what you are. He's relatively close. He's at.
Yeah, seeing how my DC is a hell of a lot
Yeah,
higher.
he had an advantage on his too, but. Yeah, he'll say some things to certain people, and he will keep walking.
I keep following him and keep shouting out his disreputable acts.
He's walking back to the household.
That's fine.
He leaves the gate open as he comes in.
I don't go into the gate. I just wait outside the gate and continue to mock him because he is a coward and won't come out here and fight me like a man.
If you're still there about 5 minutes later, he's...
Oh, I am.
He's marching out with about 30 people.
Excellent. I wave.
And they come out. Heavily armed guards to...
I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptive sanctuary on myself.
There's another fight, and I'm still not here.
Hey, I feel you. I missed the fun too.
What side would you be on if you were in this? If the fight was around you?
Finally, I can take care of these Bundo
Referee.
assholes once and for all.
I don't know if they answer that question.
Oh!
I mean, only 30 guards sounds like a pretty easy fight.
I mean,
Well,
it's fifth
remember,
edition.
No,
It's
that 19
still
becomes
murder.
only a 20 for his wisdom.
What are you saying, Austin?
Okay, one
Still
of the
murder.
guards is able to actually get through sanctuary there, and so for his attack, which I'm guessing is still disadvantage, the
Yep.
first roll being a 3 doesn't help. Do they get to make their full round of attacks on one success? Or is
Nope,
it for each
it's
attack?
per attack.
Okay.
Yep.
So you basically are surrounded as a number of others start marching off. Perpetuating those numbers. Do you do anything to get away as they are just...
I'm going to start killing them.
Okay?
The first guard who actually managed to take a swing at me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go behind him and sneak attack him. Invoke duplicity and sneak attack.
Okay.
And that'll drop Sanctuary, won't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget that he's evil.
I don't. He does a lot of evil stuff.
Oh wait, invoke duplicity is a bonus action, isn't it?
Yep. I think so. Let's see. Invoke duplicity. As an action. Yeah, invoke duplicity is an action.
It's an action. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself then. Gives me multiple people.
That's it.
It gives me more duplicates, so that they have to. If they do hit me, they have to.
Yeah, but it doesn't procure.
It doesn't increase
sneak
my
attack.
attack.
Yeah, it doesn't make it where you have sneak attack from it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say.
But it doesn't break his sanctuary.
Yeah, it doesn't break my sanctuary.
So are you doing something to actually attack them, or you're just making it where it's harder and they fail more? And mocking them at their inability to do their job.
Well, actually, I'll just dimension door on top of the roof of, like, on top of the gatehouse. Like, on top of the gate. So I'm standing on top of the gate and I'm mocking them harder. Which does not break my sanctuary.
A number of them have crossbows at their side. No one actually shoots at you. They kind of point up with their swords, and they're just waiting.
If one of you wants to challenge me to a duel, that's fine. Seeing how you're honorless scum and decided to surround as opposed to challenging like a man.
Booming out from off to the side, you hear a voice. Come over here now. You look,
Who is it?
and it is the Jade Empress.
A dimension door over there. Yes?
Walk with me, please.
As you wish, Empress.
She turns and she walks away. You can kind of get some sort of dumbfounded looks from some of the Bundu family that had gone to summon her.
For
She
the
will take
record,
you-
I don't look like the old man.
She doesn't care.
I know that she doesn't care. I'm just saying.
As far as what image is on the wanted posters,
Yeah, totally.
I'm curious about like how she knew it was him.
to be fair, also
Mysterious high-level mage suddenly shows up and doesn't look like any of the ones I know.
I think he's already looked multiple appearances that she's known of as him since it's been
Fair enough.
since
Nope,
showing up
old
in his
man.
house.
No,
Or in
the
her
only
home.
one that she's seen me as is old man. I showed up there as old man, and I showed up at the banquet as old man. She hasn't seen me anywhere else. And she can't
So just
detect
some
or
random
divine me
face-
through any magical means, which is my deity power.
Yep.
So does that mean I have to start introducing you as hello? This is the god of trickery. He can shapeshift. Like I
All
did.
right, Nick, calm
He
down.
can shapeshift. This is our druid. He can turn into animals.
Gotta do
Okay, in that case, you go over to her. And she just kind of looks at you. And would you like to explain yourself?
In my defense, he tried to stab me, and I point at the guy who tried to stab me.
In my defense, I started
the
it.
original one or the guard that tried to stab you?
The
when-
original one. At which point, I mocked him throughout the streets, because he, instead of challenging me to a duel, he just tried to stab me. All I
Guy
wanted to
holds
do
up a hand.
was walk into a shop.
He told me to attempt to cut off his head. And she looks
He
back at
asked
you.
for it.
That is true. Because he threatened me. So I said go for it, and he did. I don't look like a resident of this country.
No, I didn't think so.
Asian power. Just imagining like a 6-foot white dude walking down Japan streets.
I said if he wanted to challenge me to a duel, I'd accept that. But not in random backstabbing in the street like a common thief.
the mockery really ought to stop. If you would like to be welcome among our people, can you please honor that which we honor?
Just wanted to go shopping. He started a vendetta.
The guy pipes up. He wouldn't stop following me. I went home and he followed me there.
You tried to stab me, and then wandered off like a coward. Where I come from, you try to stab someone, you finish what you start.
I couldn't, mage.
Not even a mage. Just has some tricks is all.
I mean, that is accurate. He didn't say wizard, he said mage.
What?
I'm not a wizard either.
Well, that's the point. You are a mage. You have magic powers.
What sort of tricks you got?
I can dimension door, as you just see, and I can cast sanctuary, and I can use polymorph, which I did to him as well, because he tried to stab me, ran off.
How old would you say you are?
Ah, God, I wouldn't say. It's a little embarrassing. I look like I'm in my early 20s.
She's kind of giving you somewhat knowing, somewhat questioning look.
If she does insight on me, she is at disadvantage. It's just actually magically difficult to tell, to recognize. I am, by my own magical nature, hard to pin down.
She is, therefore, she is questioning.
Still open to a duel, by the way, if he wants to go. From what I understand, that's how things are done.
Did you infiltrate the Bundo property last night?
Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and roll that check real quick. I rolled a natural 20.
Of course you did.
For a 38. Yeah, 38.
It is suggested that you had knowledge that you wouldn't have had you not been there.
It's all over town.
I would recommend that you hold your tongue on your way out of town.
Just saying, everyone knows it's all over town.
You are no longer welcome here. It has been spoken.
Okay.
I will give you the chance to leave if you would like to take it.
Before or after the duel? Or no duel?
He does not wish to duel you. Mage.
Not a mage. As I walk out, I'm like, coward! And I walk out of town.
Turn into a bird, walk right back.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely coming in as someone else.
Yeah, of course, but that look is banished.
Okay, so now you turn into Gary
You end up
Busey
with your
and walk
face
back
on some notice boards.
Here, you gotta put on famous faces. They'll never see it coming.
You really should just like have your alternate selves look like different celebrities.
That's character.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and message Terry Misu and say, don't worry, totally fixed it. They're definitely not gonna blame your family. It was the out-of-towner who did it.
No, you know what'd be funny? If you kept showing up doing stuff like this as Jack. So that when he shows up to a town, he's like, what did I do?
Although you're bound to eventually run into one where you're already wanted because he'd been there.
What's great is that you look like Jack, you get kicked out of town, you come back looking like Jack with like a mustache.
Jack has a mustache.
Okay, without
No, like a sillier mustache.
yes, a sillier mustache, a bigger mustache every time.
It's just like this far. There's a windmill on one side.
I suppose my argument is invalid, but
Wow.
So from there, on to Terry and Stan in
Heart.
Barleywald. Simple town.
How did they find the boulder?
Because the garden you put it in is visible from the street.
I was looking for one with a backyard garden. I didn't.
Oh, that's
vision
not
it
the
that
kind of
way.
city that this is.
Okay.
If it wasn't
well,
one of
that
the
sucks
main
for them.
families that has, like, fenced-in yards, then they would have a little front yard thing where they would basically have a little area where it is showing off for the public. I mean, that's...
Okay. Well,
Yep, nope. So...
Well, you got a couple of people you can add to Rolfur's list.
yeah, totally.
Just telepathically mentioned Rolfur. Add these names.
I don't know who they are. It's not
So, from
important.
Koshka over to Barleywald along the Udon River.
They might be Jade Empress, though.
So,
Unrelated, definitely do check back in at the butcher after I come back as someone different. Are they
oh,
dead?
he's laying on his counter with his head cut off. It's not a family that
That's
messes around.
your fault.
I mean,
Take the butcher's-
Literally, the platinum you spent is still sitting on the counter beside him.
just take that back.
See if you can find the deed.
I don't need a building.
If you stay
Sorry,
around for a
it's
couple days, that other one where they piked the couple of heads to make a show of what they'd done, that one will be up for sale.
Sorry, I just want to play in the game that you're running so much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wander through town as different people and spread the rumor about the Bundos and how, like, just crazy overreacting they did.
Oh, no one
Sure
doubts
people
that.
know.
That's not a rumor. No,
What?
people don't mess with them. People know that.
Oh, I definitely have to mess with them again.
Did you take the butcher's head?
No, I didn't take the butcher's head. Though that rock is definitely going missing.
You should have taken the butcher's head and put it in their like bed at night.
Put the boulder in their bed at night.
Would there be a pig farm nearby?
Oh my gosh. He's got a godfather with a pig.
Nothing large, although in some of the areas, I mean, you could find a pig. You're not going to find a lot of them. You find someone that has 4 or 5. Nothing.
Would they sell them? For one?
Yeah, I think there's...
Aww. What a precious kitten.
Alright.
There's a sheep. There's a cow. Where's a pig? Yeah. 1 pig, 3 gold.
Done! I'm gonna buy the pig as the guy who got kicked out,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna away, and then I'm gonna polymorph the pig into something small,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna break back into the Bundo place and hide it in that dude's room and polymorph it again, and then leave, so that when the timer runs out, he just has a pig in his room.
Do you do that in the middle of the day, or do you wait till night to sneak in, or?
I guess I'll wait till night.
Okay. And
Just
you're kind
Potentially polymorphing this pig as like a little cat or something.
See if you can get any worshippers from telling people about how fucked Pundos are.
as we were, Terry and Stan in Barleywald. Yeah, simple, river village. Grain mills running through like water wheels and such.
Oh, and
Like, how big's the
Skilled
town?
Rock again. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
small. Like it's a village.
Yeah, it's a village. It's it's a town, a village. It's not much. It's much more rural. It has a lot of the
It's-
kind of things of which the surrounding farms that produce a lot of the wheat and such are bringing in to sell and then distribute elsewhere. Yeah. There's a couple nicer properties on it, but for the most part, the simple people.
Have they noticed that the bell's disconnected?
No, they haven't. I don't think
Okay, then
they don't get a
in the
lot of
town,
visitors.
and wandering the town while David's with his daughter, I hand out another 100 gold to just the townsfolk.
Just
Invisible, just they hear clanking, and then all of a sudden money's thrown at
so
them.
now you're not even like telling people to worship you. You are just
I throw the worship. I mention the gods. Blessing from the gods. Blessing from Stan the
Jade
Healing
Emperor.
Man.
Blessing from the god of Stan, the healing man.
Yep.
Terry.
On the wind.
Good money.
You make your way to the Misu Bakery,
Yep.
attached to which is the home that you had with your wife,
Yep.
that you raised your kids in.
Hmm.
Little storefront out
closed.
front.
Terry's-
Oh, you're out of town.
Yeah, Terry's gonna have quite a slow walk, moving up to the house.
And you can still see in the window just sort of trays of whatever sort of fresh baked things have been stashed in so far today.
Well, it is him and an angel
Mhm.
that is with him, and
Sort of sets a hand
Let's-
on your shoulder.
what?
Angel just sort of sets a hand on your
Oh,
shoulder.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah. There's nothing else to do to really prepare for this. Yeah, Terry is going to. I mean, he takes his helmet off,
Mhm.
still wearing the gold full plate armor.
Mhm.
Walks up to. Actually, hands the helmet over to the angel.
Mhm.
The angel's there for him. Whatever. Goes in, walks in. And, waits
Ding,
for his
ding,
daughter.
Ding, ding, ding.
and just when his
Right with you. And out a tray of several loaves of bread just sort of tumbles to the ground.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. You remind me of someone. How can I? Just kind of like kicking things aside. How can I help you?
Rose, it is me.
What?
A lot has changed.
How?
I wanted to come and see you before the world starts changing too.
I don't. That?
I've come back from the dead, as have the Jade Empress. You may have heard.
No.
You will hear within the next few days, probably, that the Jade Empress has returned. That a Jade Empress has stepped from the Forbidden Temple.
Oh,
And
I never knew him. Sorry, you mean more.
the other countries of the world also have gods that are coming to, and fate ordained that that's where I ascended.
Oh. That's unexpected.
There's no way you could have. Go ahead and summon a. I go ahead and summon up a chair for her, something made of gold.
It's a little ostentatious, but okay.
kind of how I do things now.
I see that.
So yeah, Terry goes through the very memorized version of the Pantheon, like talking about, doing the Rolfur spiel.
Yep.
And before, like, he's going through, like, rote memory for a lot of things as he just tries to, like, really push through to get as much information out as he can before he also starts breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
And probably has a good cry with his daughter.
Yeah.
He's like, I came here like 6th or 7th, somewhere in there.
Couple times through that, someone comes in and she just not stopping crying gets up and like, I have to, take on a customer.
Terry straight up, like, if someone comes in,
Mhm.
Terry goes ahead and just pulls out a platinum piece, puts it on the counter, and says, just kind of tells them, take what you'd like, and lets her, and then continues to
Make a luck check.
Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. That's not great. 15. I mean, it's good for 5th edition. I just had to remind myself that it's 5th edition every time.
What are you talking about?
It's a stat roll not tied to a skill, so yeah.
Yeah. And someone. It's been ages since you've been back from some sort of competition.
Remember, you've got permanent advantage.
Yep, I included that.
Okay.
That's why I was 15 and not 11. But yeah, it's been a long time. I stand up, shake the guy's hand, mention him by name, and say, "Good to see you." Just
Craziest thing, I heard you died.
both he and his daughter are like in tears.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's probably like, Terry is still in his giant gold armor, so I mean,
Maybe you did
nothing's
real
right.
well at competition.
Yeah, but like
Literally, you
nothing's
would
right.
regularly leave your shop for periods of time in the hands of your daughter to run it, while you went off and you competed because that was what you did.
And there is the I go ahead and have my angel, the bronze skin, gold winged man,
The robot man,
also help people in the shop while Rose and I have our discussions.
Yeah.
But
If you kind of go into the back, sort of like in the back, like sort of
I'll dismiss
in
that
the
gold chair.
staging room, sort of between the kitchen and the actual storefront where things are. You see a number of your effects sort of up on a shelf above that door, walking into the actual storefront, including your old spellbook. If there's
It
anything
didn't
up
get
there.
very
No.
Okay.
No, it got kept.
interesting.
Your spellbook your spells are recipes.
That is very true.
So
Very
I mean, she copied what she used, but she still.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so Terry and Rose will have a heartfelt conversation. He's gonna be real freaking sorry that he left her, and left things the way he did. But I mean, he had to do it. But I mean, with him being a god now, things are going to be different.
For one, you're never getting married, ever.
That sounds arrogant. I guess maybe it's not, but it sounds that way still.
Well, of all of the gods that have been shown to be reasonable, one could say that I have claimed that domain, arrogance than pride. I'd rather it be associated with a craft and with success than with something less earned.
I haven't taken any of the things competitions since you've. Do you mind
Of course not.
No. That was always so important to you.
Proving our worth, yes, of course. And you always did.
I just help the people of town. But they
Well,
enjoy it.
I do. And having a good time and proving that you're capable of providing that earns you value in a place. It's important. And you've done that. My brother's done that. Our family's done that. You've earned your place here. Hopefully. Well, let's see. In my notes, I don't think that she has. Yeah, I don't have anything about a relationship. So, just like hopefully, you can pass that along to some with somebody important to you as well. Where's my grandkids? No.
You sound like the old man.
Right?
I have no idea.
But, would you like help here?
I mean, it's your bakery. You're glad to... Anything you want to help with, for old time's sake.
Oh.
But I can manage if you don't. If you have higher goals to work towards.
What I mean is I can spare one of my helpers to permanently keep you safe and keep you. It's an angel. It's a living creature. I created him from the divine, from the ether. It is no machine.
Moral?
Of course.
You can't, of course, anything you're doing. It's all quite new.
And in doing so, providing an example. This creature, it has a will of its own, but it knows its purpose. It was born with its purpose.
I'm not sure how much help it would be in the actual baking, but if it wants to stay around.
I'd like it if you kept it around to keep you safe.
Well, I hope there's nothing I need to be kept safe from.
I hope not either, but just in case.
Sure.
Not all of the gods have signed on to our pantheon yet.
Oh. I love the glance towards Ryan.
Some gods are not to be trusted.
So the world is changing, and there's going to be a great deal of dangers. But the Jade Empress and I will be trying to make it as safe as possible here.
So you're saying it's dangerous to go alone?
Take him. Yeah. Okay.
Your conversation is disrupted by burning bread.
Oh man, it's toast.
Wow.
Well, you thought I was gonna just loaf around? Leave that one there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Well,
old
kind
and
of
crusty yet.
Uproots her and she gets... need to get back to work, gotta...
There's a crumb of truth to that.
Yeah,
We're ignoring you.
I'll take over her kitchen and use Fabricate to basically do most of the work for her so that she can have time to kind of process her emotions and thoughts today.
She still keeps trying to butt in and help as ever because.
Because of who she is. Yep. And I mean, is she financially well? Is everything fine?
She's well enough. The house is paid for. She has, what she needs. She earns a lot less doing what she does than would be earned going off on competitions like you would, but it earns enough to support just staying here amongst the common folk and doing the same thing day to day. But
well, I definitely let her know that the angel can help her with any minor things that she wants to do if she does want to compete. Like, it can help with anything like that. But either
I love that you. Okay, so your culture is obviously Asian based. The simple comment that you, as the father, says to that, regardless of the fact that you've just said, "Oh, it's fine, do what you want," now just redoubles the doubt in her head of, "Oh no, I'm supposed to follow in his footsteps and compete," and totally puts another head trip on her. And I don't think that you or your character is trying to do so, but that absolutely is what would happen just by that simple little statement in her. We gotta make him proud.
And I let her know that while I won't be able to visit often, if much at all, with how busy I will be, amongst all the gods, I do leave a pamphlet on her, on the counter. If you pray to me or to any others, we will be able to hear you.
Make her mine! Make her mine! It'd be so funny.
I have enough trouble not worshipping you myself. Leave me alone.
Yeah, she's not a free enough spirit, probably.
The one that would prefer just to stay at home and help the common folk do the same thing day after day instead of going off and doing anything exciting. No, she's probably not your type.
And I mean, does she would money help her live a better life?
Money might help with some level of stability, but in general, probably not much improvement unless there's a poor season that comes through. So,
okay. Well, I'll
I don't know. If someone comes along and permanently sees terrible weather in the area.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my. I warn her for a moment to brace herself. I go ahead and open the door to my afterlife. And I go in and get 1,000 gold.
First off, any specific? Because you have yours all separate, right? By person?
Yes, by person. Mm-hmm.
You open to a specific one?
Could we really force all of our followers into one tiny room?
Yes, they would overlap each other.
That's mean.
That is a really good point.
She
you know
has had enough shock. Show her mother.
Yeah, before anything,
I mean, you bothered to start with brace yourself, so that's why I'm asking.
Yep. That's a good point. Yeah, sure. You know what? Why not? This has been a hell of a shell shock for her with all these things going on. You know what? I will go ahead and show her mother, and I'll go in, get the 1,000 gold, and bring her mom, and say, come in and say hi to mom.
The next round of bread also burns.
I'll step out and just.
The money definitely helps with just sort of avoiding issues for today's losses.
Yeah, well, I mean, 1,000 gold's no joke.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And then when we're done, I don't want to spend too long.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and psychically talk to Stan and let him know about that I'm done there. I was gonna go look for you, but then I realized there's no point.
Oh, I mean, just escort him out and show up. We're gonna meet up.
I tell him where, I say where I am.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter. I'll
Okay.
go visible.
This is
Right here.
the old man's wearing off on us too much.
I hardly ever turn invisible.
You're never, as far as Terry knows, you're always invisible.
You're never around.
But I'm always by your side.
Thus,
Yeah,
they think you're invisible.
Yeah, my crystal bird flies down after staying on watch while I was inside, and leave the angel there, and now she has her own personal handyman, and
Her own guardian angel.
yep. I don't have a favorite child. What are you talking about? So, then we, so Stan, want to do things out here? Should we, like, start proselytizing?
You
I
can.
mean, I've been doing a little bit of it myself. Just handing out some money, but we can head back if you want. Get back with the group.
I mean, I think that we're gonna check in telepathically with everyone. Group call. So, does anybody have an idea of how many days where we have? Okay, so like group call. The current goal is to continue proselytizing in the Jade Country, right?
I got kicked out.
Of the
Well-
country?
Rolfur is going to be there for 10 days, so we're hanging out here for at least 10 days, right?
Yeah, we've got free reign of the outer towns, the non-capital towns. So
Mhm.
yeah, proselytizing in those locations would be good.
I had to finish up one more thing in the town.
Too much shit.
Well, old man, are you? You know what?
Would you like to know what I'm doing?
I'd like to know where you want to be picked up.
Probably outside of town.
Outside of the capital?
You know
Or
what, just
outside of Jade
outside
Country?
no, just outside of the front entrance of the Forbidden Temple. I'll meet you there tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because I have to drop a pig off.
Interesting euphemism. So the anybody else need to pick up today?
Nope.
No.
Rolfur, was that 10-day figure about right?
Oh, who knows? I don't even know. I have no idea of how big your books actually are.
I mean, they're pretty okay. All right, Billy. I mean, I know that you can teleport yourself, but
But considering the raw numbers, I can't imagine anything better with my time I could be doing.
I'd say, I don't know, do you guys need anything from me while I'm off in a different location?
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is proselytizing, figuring out where some of our rivals might be, figuring out how, like, we should probably start focusing on getting temples set down for everybody. It's going to be I'm going to, in 2 days from now, meet up with the Jade Empress and see about what this whole thing is about, because we can't set up the temple together is the issue with that. We have to have separate cities for our like home locations, right?
Oh, are you talking about our strongholds?
If you want yours to be an establishment, you're right at one that could be. It's up to you. I mean, I don't know if that's the crowd you want. It's very rural. It's, but that's an option.
You know, that Temple of the Gods spell, I do have. I mean, I can prep that tomorrow and permanency it here.
Yep.
So now you can do it wherever. I was saying, for establishment, you already have your bakery. If
I don't think I want to like push that onto my daughter though.
Okay.
I'm worried about that. So yeah. So I think that what I'm gonna since unless Billy has another idea or unless Stan has another idea, I think today Stan and Terry should just proselytize in this small town and then maybe move on to another small town in the afternoon, depending on like how successful we can be. Billy, I don't know what you're doing.
Funny funny thing about Temple of the Gods? A disintegrate spell instantly destroys the whole thing. No checks, no saves, nothing. Just poof.
That's
It's
Fine.
oddly powerful niche knowledge.
Disintegrate's a 6th level spell. Temple of the Gods is 7.
Mhm.
Even if it's permanent, disintegrate, gone. I'm like, that's a heck of a weakness.
Yep.
So what is Billy up to? Like, I mean, do you have a goal?
He's waiting on me. So if you're trying to communicate with him, we will jump over to him. So you're kind of flying, but kind of having to stay above whatever road, because just figure out where your path is.
Yeah.
Until you start here, and it's before evening, but it still takes quite a while to get there. But you do start hearing ahead of you kind of the rumblings and some heavy crunching, kind of whirring, just like sort of a loud, just repetitive boom, 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 just sort of echoing at first, and eventually you get close enough that you just hear this sound of just something slamming repetitively into rock. And you find sort of this cleared out area of woods that kind of goes up to the road, and there are a number of buildings, because it's where people are basically living while working here, set out outside of this series of entrances into mine, and enough area also kind of cleared out around where they have cleared down trees to make braces for the mine shafts, and they're just kind of harvesting from the land to dig into it.
Alright. Approach.
Yeah, there's a little sort of no real. Do you approach from the air, or do you land on the road and walk in, or?
Yeah, I'll land and ride in.
Okay. But yeah, so it's just kind of open there. Minimal interaction in the actual city, as it's still early enough that they are working inside the mine. So there's a few people walking about if you want to go up and ask people, but otherwise people don't really pay you any mind.
Yeah, and I'll go up to somebody and ask, who's running the operation?
It's the Galatons.
And that's the owners?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess the Crown's the owner, but
Oh, you mean the Ember King?
yeah.
And where are they right now?
Let's see. Jocelyn's probably down in the mine working there. I know Bilnick was around though. He may be in one of the count houses. If you're not working for it, you're not allowed in the count houses.
The what was it? Boslin?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn and Boz?
Bilnick.
Bilnack?
Yeah.
And he's in the count houses and she's down in the mines.
Yeah. They'll call time soon. She'll be out if you want to wait for her.
Sure.
Just gestures towards an area where there's like a grouping of tables and benches sort of clearly set up for probably during their lunch they'll come out and
Yeah.
but it's probably another 40 minutes until you kind of hear a faint whistle, and a lot of the hammering kind of sound and some of the whirring sounds stop. Though still some of the the noises almost kind of get louder as driven out of the mines before people walk out are these large machines with giant arms of drills and just sort of hammering chisels, like devices that are a little, walking on kind of low stubby legs, like some sort of construct that is designed as some grand machine to manufacture and work down in the mines to do mass earth moving. From them coming up, after a pair of those come up, a number of carts are sort of moved out of the mine, and probably about 24 people walk out as well.
And take a look at the machine.
It is standard labor jack. Think such, except with arms that are meant for work. General Iron Kingdoms based.
And it's like, wow, say somebody had to have been inspired to think up the creation of that piece of machinery.
Likely were.
So, we're waiting for people to come out.
So yeah, like a couple dozen people came out.
Okay, then I go and ask if Jocelyn's around.
Yeah, she's the little one. Kind of points back to a gnome.
Ah, okay. And it's like, hello, you are Jocelyn?
That's right.
Hi, I am Billy Bonka, and...
You make the candy.
Yeah, that's right.
Good stuff.
So, came here interested in the mine. Not that I'd suppose that you have anything that could be used as an ingredient for anything that I'd be interested in working on.
I don't know, you've put out some weird stuff.
That's true. But,
you have a rock candy. You literally have a rock candy.
Well, have you found any particularly tasty looking rocks down there?
Well, tasty looking, but they don't tend to actually taste as good.
There might be a way to fix that.
You chocolatiers are so predictable.
Well, I'll take a look at it anyway, and maybe if it can't be done with the actual rock itself, I could at least take the look. But anyway, I actually came here interested in about the mining operation as far as the precious materials that are being harvested.
Right, yeah. And of it?
Say, right now, as part of my attempts at kind of spreading my name as well as helping people out with problems that they have.
Right.
I'm currently looking to try to figure out a way both to optimize transportation as well as get the people in the Wizard's Tower or anybody else who would need use of it access to the materials in order to be used as their spell components.
Yeah, we get some rocks out of there that are nice and pretty. Y'all seem to like those.
Yeah. Say,
what you looking for?
anything really. Say, as far as like Me specifically, it'd be precious gems of so much value, for the most part.
Any specific ones? Usually when they make their trek out here, they're looking for something fancy. You can tell me what you're looking for if you need help.
Let's see, that's just jewel of 1,000 gold, which is non-specific, and chalks infused with things with precious gems worth 50 gold. So, non-specific precious gems.
So, what are you telling me that you need?
As far as what tell Jocelyn.
No, what are you telling me that you need? Because that will help you tell.
Oh, as far as like what materials, what spells I'm asking about. It's that one's for teleport circle, and that other one is for planar binding.
Okay. Planar binding is specifically it's a gem of
a jewel worth at least 1,000 gold, which the spell consumes.
That can be a couple of the main ones: emeralds, blue sapphire, star sapphire, yellow sapphire, a few things like that. You can probably get that if you're spending up to it. Otherwise, for the other, it's generally crushed like quartz into the chalk. Yeah, we got plenty of that coming out.
Alright. Also, would there be anything? Is there anything that you would need to make your business more profitable? Maybe even more efficient at doing what you're doing?
Nah.
No.
If you find anyone that does it more efficient than we do it, you let me know. But so far, I don't think anyone does. So.
I'm just asking if you think that there's anything that you would want us help.
No. We're doing better than anyone else out there.
Sure.
Because we work smarter.
Sure.
How do you locate the gems?
Sifting through what's dug. I mean, we find where their deposits that things have been stored, and then we crush it out, and we sift through things based on what we've brought out.
I see. So you crush up the rock, and then you're able to sift out the gems to figure out what you got.
Yeah.
All right, but not specific in the way that you locate it. Would you like a spotter?
Nice. Like a canary?
No, it would be a creature that would be able to tell you where the precious gems are actually located, or the gold, or whatever.
Does such a creature exist?
Indeed, it does.
Are there very many of them?
Not here right now.
Yeah, we can do to eliminate some of those.
Eliminate them?
Don't want anyone having an unfair advantage, now would we?
Even yourself?
Anything I have that's available in the wider world is something someone else can have.
That's
Things that I have because they're here are what give me an advantage that only I have and that I'm needed for.
Well, it's something that I can do, so. And I wouldn't suggest testing me. So.
She just kind of twists some dial on her, along her belt, and just this from probably around 35 feet behind you, just this deafening, whirring sound just begins echoing out as one of the machines, now kind of parked off on the side, has its drill arm just start going off. I wouldn't recommend you try anything with me either.
But I wasn't, I'd say I was actually just offering to be helpful. Because I was just looking to see if I could get into the precious gem business myself, because it's just something that keeps coming up as far as something that people need.
That's a pretty, we'll say, cutthroat market.
Say, and we have been able
Let me
to...
get my brother if you wanting to buy anything, though.
Sure.
Just kind of goes over to one of the buildings, takes out a key, opens it up, yells inside. Another gnome kind of walks out. What you want?
I give them whatever the recommended gems.
How much you want?
And it's like, how much you got? It's just like...
How much you got?
And it's just like, as far as like the crushed quartz or whatever, give me like 20 of those.
Okay.
And for the 1,000 gems, yeah, give me 20 of those. Well,
Got it. Start counting the money. I'll go.
okay.
You know, and they kind of fish out things, and they have sort of tied up canvas, and they'll use one of those lunch tables that they have. At a certain point in the evening, she moves one of the machines over and sort of looming over the table, and just like this light flares out of its eyes that basically illuminates the area, like you know those like spotlights like they have like on stadiums or like nighttime construction sites,
Yeah.
where it's basically daylight and just sort of shining out of this golem's eyes to flood the area as you're counting as it gets dark. Yeah, they're able to. As much as you got the money for, they seem to have.
Alrighty. Well, so it's like, well, you guys seem to be right supplied, so I wonder what the deal is. Let's say the wizards, how often do they actually show up?
I don't know. One of them comes by every maybe month.
Have they tried to make any sort of like regular deal with you, or is it always just these one-time purchases?
We do a one-time purchase.
Weird.
We don't got any moving options. Things that move from here are either because someone buys it here, and the money goes in, and the king sends his men to collect it, or because the king sends someone to collect the stone. We don't move it. We got it protected here. No one gets in here.
I don't know. Do you guys ever think about having a partnership with any of the shipping companies in order to be able to just kind of sell your product worldwide? You'd be able to bring in money from wherever.
It's not my product. It's the king's.
What? I had castles to build.
So I
You
guess
think making an empire is easy? I like putting roads everywhere.
Hey,
You
it's
know how
super
expensive and how much stone it takes to build all those roads?
so. Ultimately, the person that I would even need to talk to would be in Nexon then, as far as being able to handle any of this stuff.
Yeah, no. Changes come down from up top. Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and open up a telepathic link to the old man and give him kind of a rundown of what I've experienced.
You are currently in, like, halfway climbing up into a window carrying a kitten.
I just kind of think back at him. I'm dropping a pig off at some. I'm dropping off a pig. Give me 1 second.
Okay, get back to me.
You get it easy enough. You knew which window it is because you saw the guy while he was sleeping.
Yep. Kitten in. Close window. Doot doot doot. I'm gonna go ahead and look around real quick around the boulder.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anyone watching the boulder? Did they get it back?
No, it's still where it was.
Okay.
Although the lines have been redrawn in the garden to not have a empty spot based on the ripples.
Just draw a dick.
Huge cock.
Chester.
Huge cock in the sand.
Chester.
Oh. I'm gonna do thaumaturgy, localized, and shake all the sand. Just fuck up every line.
Yeah.
And then leave.
Okay.
To which I respond to Ryan, what, do you think roads are free? I gotta have stone to build those things. And yeah, all that's kingdom property. What do you want from me?
Well,
It's not even my empire anymore.
You should go ahead and roll like a
I'm
crab.
retired.
You should roll something to see if you could draw
okay.
your face.
I'm asking you as far as what you would think would be best, because it seems like the great city's been left in kind of a state of being completely misorganized, and it seems to be linked back to the people in Nexon not really doing anything with it.
Yeah, the king of the great city pissed me off, so I ruined his city and destroyed his name. What do you want from me?
No, I'm asking that. So, if we wanted to actually get this great city to be less sucked, now that your personal problems with it are basically gone and dead,
Are they?
I mean, if you want to try and fix it, that's fine. I don't know what you want from me. I don't have a kingdom anymore. I'm retired.
Yeah, but you know the people who would be in charge and the be able to at least ask them to do something about it, or
what do you want?
It seems like in order for the people to be able to ship things out and kind of work together, that there needs to be some sort of input from the people who actually own stuff, which is the Ember King. So, in order to have like any of these businesses have any kind of like synergy between them, they need to like a mandate to have that happen.
If you want to go and start a business and start synergizing everything and offer better rates, that's your business. I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing to reorganize a kingdom that I am no longer in charge of so that you can get better shipping costs.
Well, the idea behind organizing the shipping stuff was also so we'd have some way to distribute our stuff for our holidays.
Nothing's going through this place.
Well, how are we
It's going through Reese.
Well, yeah.
That's where your factory is.
Yeah, it's going through Reese, but I was trying to figure out how we're going to get, like, essentially international shipping going as far as spreading the religion worldwide.
Ships?
Yeah, with ships. I have a armada? The kingdom is an armada. They have a huge amount of merchant and military vessels. We took one. You've been on it.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be shipped throughout the empire.
So is our assumption, or basically that nothing needs to happen to the great city, that we can just kind of.
I deliberately ruined it by making everything go around it. So, I mean, if you felt like fixing
plenty of stuff goes through it. Literally, moving stuff is the one thing it still does. It's just nothing stays there.
Yeah, if you want to fix it, you can. But the owner called me an officious little toad when I told him that he should give me his kingdom. So I married his daughter off to my son, and then she inherited the kingdom.
Well,
that's not how succession normally works, but okay.
I don't see.
Well, you know, if you go, you're not there.
Yeah,
different style kingdoms have different succession rules.
Yeah, I don't see how I could really end up owning anything over here anyway. Not that I'd want to manage it. but it seems to be property of the Ember King. So without
Well-
overthrowing him, I don't know.
It's not me, as I am retired.
Yeah, but you know this better than me, so.
Yeah, he's my son. I know everything. I was the one who helped take over the city. That was on my direction.
Mhm.
It's set up because I said so. If you wanted to try to convince him to restructure it so that you can have better shipping prices, you can try.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I'm just don't really see how, like, it won't change anything for me. It won't change anything for the holiday. It will not increase our productivity as a pantheon. This is your private quest to make your worshippers happier. Is how I see it.
Okay.
I don't like it when there's a specific task you need me to do. Ask for that. I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing as I'm drawing a huge stick in the sand. I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing. Just, all the important tasks that I have to do. Just
So
to
long.
help you with this.
Like now, imagine Nim. Nim has the same energy that the old man does. It's all malicious. So I'm
And it's like, okay, well.
So, like,
Yeah.
let me know if there's a specific thing you need.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we definitely need to start setting up. We've got we've only got like 6 or 7 months to finish setting everything up for the chocolate holiday anyways, so I need to go around and tell everyone in the thing, and we need to start advertising, we need to start retooling for the chocolates and deciding which chocolates we're going to use, which is you have to decide which chocolates we're going to use.
Yeah.
And then I've got funding. We need another like 10,000 gold, I assume, would be enough so that we could subsidize the pricing.
Yeah, I don't think that money's going to be that, and we could probably end up giving a lot of it away as gifts, essentially.
Yeah, like I said, subsidize it.
Yeah.
And, we can get all the kingdoms in on it. But
I was
yeah.
just wondering a way of both communicating and moving stuff around faster, since, I mean, I solved it for us, but...
I mean, everything moves as fast as it needs to. Like, we need to get it done in the next 3 months so it can ship for 3 months, basically. We have 4 months worth of shipping time.
Right.
To make sure it's there in a timely manner and everything. But yeah, that's just how it works. Things take time. You can't just... Magic isn't that great yet. If you want to fix that, that'd be awesome. If you want to use the Great City as your hub of magical transportation, go for it. It's a hub already. There's people there, there's buildings. You can figure it out. I've taken care of most of the gang issues in that city even. Just, go forth, have fun. But if the king owns it, the king owns it, and you gotta go talk to him.
Right.
I bet he's not gonna sell it to you. Because I kind of set up the Empire super duper well. So, best of luck.
Because it's either that or it seems like the people in the Jade Empire at least have a pretty good supply of stuff that they could provide.
Yeah, you could do them too. Or you could just go to Reese, your town, and ship everything through there. Like, I don't know, we'd have to ship it on a boat to the Great City so it could be magically transported elsewhere. If you're worried about your candies, set it up in your own city.
Oh, I was planning to, but I just hadn't got around to it yet. It was me trying to figure the connecting dots.
I feel like you're putting the horse before the cart.
I guess, yeah, I could.
You're from a huge port city.
Yeah.
With a impressive harbor. Just do that.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just see whether or not the Great Wizard's
Put
Tower
hairs on the balls.
be the last thing standing in this area.
And then have it peeing onto a big old pile of poo with the Bundo name on it. Like I name the poo Bundo, and then I leave this. Then I leave.
Go off to get some rest.
I'll
We don't usually do this, but if you'd like, we will spot you the 5 silver room for the night if you'd like to stay somewhere.
Who's he talking to?
What after they're finishing up their
After
multiple...
you bought like 20,000 gold worth of.
I'm not going to ask you for 5 silver for the offer of a room for the night.
It's like, don't worry about it.
Mm.
Hop on my Pegasus and go back to the Wizard Tower.
You know you'll arrive around dawn, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, it's that late at night?
Yes.
Then teleport to the chocolate factory.
Okay. That's... Okay, so you're there. Yeah. So you go to chocolate factory. Rolfur's still doing names. Where did you go after leaving? Or did you decide just to stay in the village for the day?
We stayed in the village and proselytized until we felt that was no longer fruitful. And because, it's only a small-ish village.
I mean, you can spend... You could spend a couple days still doing it. It's not like... It's not that tiny. And there's plenty of people that come through bringing in, crops or whatever as they're selling things off, trading things, so...
All right. Yeah, if we don't have to go anywhere, then we'll just stay here and do that.
Okay. Let's stay for the night, and do you use one of the rooms in your old house to crash for the night?
Stan, do we want to...
For yourself on sleeping areas.
What?
I don't need to sleep. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do we want to instead go to get something done at night?
Yeah.
Like we
could
could
help people up.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be people to proselytize to here at night. But I mean, we could go to another big city. I've got one more teleport today.
Adam, it's a 17 for my artistic rendering.
Wow. It's got like veins.
That was 12 plus dex. I assume just dex because I don't have any talent in it.
This was real relaxing. I see why they do this.
Yeah, I'm just, God, I see why you do this. It's so relaxing. Put the hairs in there. Vein.
So where do you go, Terry? What's the idea?
We're gonna teleport to a big city, someplace that will have like stuff going on at night, and I'll spend the teleport. He'll spend the.
Are you starting to stay in Jade Country?
Yeah. And
because basically you end up with the capital city, and others are more rural. So that basically be something that's actually active at night in the Jade Country is still just going to be Kashkat.
We can go there. That's no big deal.
No, we can't do proselytizing there, at least for another few days.
Yeah.
We need
have
to
to pick me up there in the morning anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we could go there and like try to get you stabbed if you want.
Okay.
I know that's a thing you like doing.
Just the way you phrased
he
it.
likes doing.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric likes to get stabbed. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, you're unaware that I did that.
You didn't get stabbed.
I'm like, I mean, do you? I mean,
Yeah, we can.
I mean, is
Okay,
that
let's
is
go.
that what you want to do? Because I mean, we could go somewhere
Yeah, sure.
else.
I'm down
And-
for it.
All right. Well,
I can keep you on
You
scene.
bait for there. You notice there is a lot less people taking the bait. It's not quite like the great city where there's people waiting to mug you around every corner. You actually don't find anyone that just wants to stab you to get your money.
I was gonna be a little surprised, but I mean, like, I don't know if how well things have changed or not. So,
But you can spend your night with that, and I will give follower count. Old man, you get 320. Rolfur, you get 310. Stan gets 320. Terry gets 310. And Billy gets 340. I believe finally making it where he also has the divine realm, his own plane. Otherwise, that kind of finishes up each of your evening. So we'll call it there. like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and thank you for watching.